Our next speaker is Alexis Woodhouse. She is a senior at Westminster. Something she likes to do for fun is play golf, watch Vampire Diaries, and enjoy doing scientific research. Her idea to spark change in the world is spreading education and opportunity to students. Please welcome Alexis.
Hello. Is this on? It is. Okay. So ever since I was little, my mom always used to tell me, Alexis, you have to believe in something. You have to stand behind something. At the time, I had no idea what she meant. I would think, okay, I believe in the fact that I want to get a scooter for Christmas. There you go, I believe in something. But that's not exactly what she meant. As I got older, I realized that she was telling me that everyone had to have a cause. And that what's the point of being a member of the society if you're not doing anything to make it better? So this had me thinking, and throughout middle school, I dabbled through ideas that would give me a chance to stand behind something. And I came upon education and opportunity for children. As such a strong group of people, children are not nearly motivated enough, be it internal or external motivation, to achieve the great feats that I know are possible of achieving. As a child, I have been bombarded, you could say, with educational ventures. I remember coming home when I was 4 years old and finding every liquid in the house and mixing it together to see what reactions they could make, then leaving them under my sink, moldy and pretty gross for my mom to clean up. Sorry, Mom. And as I got older, my academic ventures became a bit more mature, and for the past few years, I've been doing independent scientific research at a PhD biochemical lab at Georgia State, studying protein stability using the Bradford protein assay methods and cell counting using a hemocytometer and their applications to HIV analysis and cancer diagnosis. And I remember also when I was little being jealous of all of my friends who got to go to summer camp and have the summer of their lives while I was in a room studying medical science and the human body. While not as fun at the time, I learned that this educational opportunity impacted me in such a positive way that I wanted to share it with others. So I came up with the idea of Team Connect. I wanted to reach the largest group of children with the smallest amount of effort. Now I know what you're thinking, how very 21st century of me. And so I came up with Team Connect, which is an organization in partnership with Refugee Family Services, which is based in Stone Mountain. And we aid middle school refugee students in their ability to have reading comprehension, literacy, math, and science capabilities, all of which I believe are essential to becoming a holistic learner. And this program inspires kids to take hold of their academic career, which is so essential to their time. So I have an example of a typical session. We use an online platform called View so that the tutors and the refugees who we provide computers for can tutor and be in this program anywhere at their convenience. Because one of the biggest problems was that RFS was not getting enough volunteers because they're all the way out on Stone Mountain and no one wants to drive 2 hours there and back in rush hour traffic. So this is an example of a typical tutoring session. I was helping her with definitions and breaking down words in science. And this is another example of me helping my student with some chemistry that she was doing. And this is an example of their ability to upload their textbook pages and share screens with them so we can have the most interactive learning possible. So I want to share a story with you about the first student that I ever tutored named Jeanette. Jeanette, when I met her, was a young 6th grade girl. She had no aspirations past Justin Bieber and hanging out with her friends. She was a straight C student, and she really didn't want to further her academic career at all. The girl that once would avoid me so she didn't have to do her homework was now reaching out for me to go over her things with her and check her work. The girl that once reprimanded me, and yes, she reprimanded me, for correcting her grammar and her syntax was now seeking me out to correct her papers and to teach her new conjugations. And the girl that had quite an attitude and was not pleased that someone that was so close to her age was telling her what to do and when to do it, now saw me as a mentor and someone she could come to whenever she had any problems. So in 2012, Jeanette's family had to leave Refugee Family Services because they were no longer eligible for the help that they offered. And so not wanting to lose contact with her, I immediately friended her on Facebook and told her to come to me if she had any problems. At the time, I was still piloting my program independently, and I told her, I knew that there was something special about a girl who was so vivacious and independent and into learning. And so sure enough, at 8 o'clock every night, I heard the little ding from Facebook, and it would be questions about her homework and her schoolwork and just life questions in general, which I thought was fascinating. And I noticed her ability to be intellectual and her curiosity was expanding as her grades grew from C's to B's and from B's to A's. And I kept telling her to reach higher and higher and keep resetting her goals to places that she didn't even know she could set her goals. And at one point, I remember I didn't have to do that for her anymore. She was able to do it for herself because she believed in herself. So one night before 8th grade, Jeanette messaged me on Facebook, and she said the following, and I have a direct quote on a note card. Because of last year, I am in the high achiever team this year. My goal this year is to get all A's, no B's. Thank you, because you make me want to learn new things every day. That's why I came to America, to get my education and not play around like the other kids. Your words of hope mean a lot to me, and I will need your help this year. I know I can do it, so I'm ready if you are. If Jeanette does well this year, she will be the first in her family to not graduate from high school, but from middle school. Jeanette is an independent young girl who really has a passion for learning, and she's receiving awards for her academic merit in school, and now she says, come on, 8th grade is such a joke. I am so ready for 9th grade. And the fact that I, as an individual, was able to inspire someone so profoundly, and the fact that Jeanette was able to be the first in her family to graduate from middle school is incredible and really shows what children are able to do when they're motivated and when they have incentive to do things. Jeanette is the embodiment of Team Connect. She's intellectually curious, and she's shown us that children can do wonderful things. I recently received a grant from the Glenn Institute to start my project at my school, and I want to expand it to other high schools and colleges, not only in Atlanta, but in the country. And I'm actually in the planning stages of a global forum between schools in the US and schools in the refugees' home countries, so we can talk about political, social, and technological problems and advancements in both countries to bridge the gap culturally and academically between the two countries. So before I finish, I'd like to pose a question and a challenge. I'd like for each of you to ask yourselves what you believe in and what you stand for. And I would challenge each of you to really get behind a cause because the rewards following are boundless. Thank you.